I know a lot of people will seem upset last week after this island-wide outage there. A lot of people, of course, calling my phone so upset with Domlek. Again, we were told later by the PRO. I'll try to share that clip with you sometime later. But it was part of the testing phase of geothermal. And I heard Mr. Sam Raphael, a director there, speaking on the Nation station last night. Who seem optimistic that things will get better before December. Let's listen to Mr. Sam Raphael making that statement. Are you one of those who believe that things are going to get better with geothermal? Let's listen to Mr. Sam Raphael. Sam Raphael.
I just want to put some hope out there. It's getting better. I think over the next 6 months, we are in transition. We are in transition right now to geothermal. We've been doing a lot of testing, and so it's been inconsistent. It's a new plant. Of course, it's a machine. Anything can happen. But with a new plant and the preventative maintenance that Ormat, which is an international company, is doing, we can expect to have more reliable power before the end of the year, once the transmission lines get finished and so on, and then we can expect to have lower cost for electricity because, again, we're not relying on fossil fuel. So I want to leave the audience with a little hope.
All right, now Mr. Sam Raphael, director of Domlek. Are you one of those who feel optimistic about geothermal? Some people are complaining, suggesting they hope that the refrigerators, the televisions did not get messed up there on Friday, and hope if they get such happen, or if such happens, they will be compensated as a result. So, Domlek stand, wait, because a lot of people seem disappointed there. Was it Thursday or Friday? Are you there? Yes. Good afternoon.
Yes, but I'm there, but I'm geothermal. Really doing a magic with us in Dominica. If them know that they cannot withstand the power of the geothermal, or geothermal know they cannot withstand the power of Domlek, I think these two should start and stop putting people's appliances in jeopardy. Because when they took the light on Thursday, it just go. When you thinking light come back, I put off my fridge. So I say 10 minutes after, let me go and put it back on. The light was there. Bam, it just go again. That is nonsense. That's in this troubling people appliances. If you're not at your home, you know your finger is in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. When you turn them left, your appliances.
Was there any notice, Lucille? Was there any notice? Blue.
But there wasn't any notice to people. After that, they put their notice. The notice came after. When did they say the geothermal collapse? That is why they were having that blackout. That they had that blackout. It came after that. No notice came on the radio. It's not everybody that listens to radio. So Dominic can have to do better than that. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
All right, 449-3095-96 and 97. Hello, talk to me, yeah?
Mr. Peltier, blessings. Love, life, light, healing, joy, gratitude, courage, and sacrifice.
Blessings to you. Blessings, yes, blessings.
Matt, let me shout out Brian Matthew and Zed Lloyd. Matt, do you know if Alvin White's coming down for the birthday celebration?
I have no idea. No.
Okay. David, blessings to you. Earl Bruno, blessings to you. Matt, I coming right back to you. Matt, I hate to hear politicians say they're pulling people out of poverty. Who dig the pit for them, Matt?
What was the question?
No, I am saying I don't like when politicians come and say they're trying to pull people out of poverty. Why not facilitate skilled and talented people for them to get themselves out of poverty? Why do you have to give them the impression it's you that has to pull them out when it's you that put them there in the first place? Anyways, but sorry. Matt, I am watching Sam and all the other great talkers, Matt. They use psychology, political strategy, and cautioning and tricking you and me. Matt, at the expense of people, appliances, things will get better. At the expense of people's safety and security, things will get better. At the expense of people being deprived electricity, Matt, to do their work. The same day, Matt, in my workshop, they're doing my thing, Matt, boom, current, I say, we go to the baby, go sell it. I take my bicycle, I ride up in the Lio Valley. My foot hurting me, but I go somewhere quiet and nice because the place is hot. Matt, hours and hours later, we just send a little current back. You know the whole day gone like that. Who is going to pay me? Are you getting my argument? So following it?
I'm getting your argument, yes.
So while they're saying they come and give hope, what is a hope? A hope for what? Better? Under these, let me not say. You mean to tell me, for all these years we have heard all the talk and talk. Matt, I went by the NTRC, you tell me to go upstairs to Turkish Pizza. I brought my document and everything and telling them how them people refuse to pay me for my television. They blow up through some electrical fluctuation and telling me, they did not take current. So I said, what about fluctuation? Because the bulb was getting bright, getting dim, getting bright, and then it gets bright. I hear, pack! I thought it was the bulb that burned or explode. It's the TV that blew up. The breakers went off. I had to turn them back on and all of that. So, Matt, I am just saying, Matt, up to now, and it takes 3 weeks, Matt. After I brought in the thing, I went, I complained, I filled the form. 3 weeks later, Matt, I had to go back to them because when I finally get them, one lady transfer me to a merchant, Matt. And the merchant tell me, leave your name and number and blah, blah, blah. But Matt, what? Dominicans are too easygoing, Matt, are too laid back. Dominicans must learn to fight, Matt. I'm not telling them what kind of fight to fight. But, Matt, God knows why my toe's not there. And I'm just saying, Matt, all that foolishness about that Jewish company they have there, we Bordeaux Kaipul Kwazi. C'est bouche cabouit. Tout la yo ale, c'est des zones, c'est des bas, c'est la mort, c'est tout caltébité. And I'm just saying, Matt, Sam Raphael, my brother, I know that you think you're too slick. What can you do for me to get my television? You're on the board. I have to go through NTRC, going through how much months Martino football is on.
Well,
Matt, if I don't convey a little phone and try to look for something, Matt, straining my eyes, when I have the television right there. But right Canada, that TV come out, you know. You remember once I say my TV get messed up and somebody you know is your friend. Sister Right Canada and send me a TV and said I go and buy another TV. Not just a few years ago, we boom them people block my television and telling me it's not them, they can take responsibility and talking all the foolishness. So I am just saying not all that stupidness about government doing this and government will do that and they're giving the people hope and all them foolishness. These are just talk. Look at the lives of people after 26 years under this administration. Tell me if people's lives are getting people. Tell me if those people are hopeful, Matt. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Sam Raphael seems hopeful. Things will get better. Let's listen to him again.
I just want to put some hope out there. It's getting better. I think over the next 6 months, we are in transition. We are in transition right now to geothermal. We've been doing a lot of testing, and so it's been inconsistent. It's a new plant. Of course, it's a machine. Anything can happen. But with the new plant and the preventative maintenance that Ormat, which is an international company, is doing, we can expect to have more reliable power before the end of the year, once the transmission lines get finished and so on. And then we can expect to have lower cost for electricity because, again, we're not relying on fossil fuel. So I want to leave the audience with a little hope.
All right, let's go back to the telephone. Are you there? Yes? Yes.
Yes, Matt. Morning.
Morning to you, sir.
Matt, if you buy a new car, you don't expect the car to work properly for you as you start it now.
True.
So why we have a new plant and we getting problems with the new plant already?
They say they're in the testing phases. They're testing.
Yeah, but when you buy a new car, you go in and test it to see if it's good or not.
No, you don't do that. No.
All right, right.
I will come to me on the telephone. Yes, maybe that's a different concept there. Are you there, caller? Yes.
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you. Yes.
I listened to Mr. Raphael carefully, and he said he'd like to leave the audience with a little hope. Yeah, but how do you leave me with hope if there's no trust? I already don't trust you because of things that were said before by this government. Not necessarily Mr. Raphael. Well, he's dumb like, but you know, all the lies that we've heard in relation to this government, especially coming right from the top, how can we trust? How can you give us hope if there's lack of trust? It doesn't go together. There's lack of trust, so you can give me no hope, because for me to have hope, there must have been trust. I guess I made my point, Matt. Good morning.
Good morning to you. I know in I think it was March 30th, the Prime Minister made a statement. He announced that the introduction of geothermal energy in Dominica will result in an immediate reduction in electricity costs as the country moves closer to commissioning its long-anticipated geothermal plant. The facility currently under testing in the Roseau Valley is expected to come on stream in April and will play a critical role in reducing the island's dependence on imported fuels. Skerritt said discussions with the island's electricity provider have already indicated that consumers will begin to see positive changes in their monthly bills once geothermal energy is integrated into the national grid. Are you there, caller? 449-3095, 449-3096. Well, everybody, government authorities seem optimistic that things will get better. Caller, hello, talk to me, yes?
Yes, a point that
you missed? Okay.
I forgot to make was this. As the price of fuel increases, the government is collecting more money from that increase. It does not affect the government. It is only affecting the consumer because the government is making more money on the fuel because the price went up. How is it that Mr. Skerritt is unable to take that surplus of money, that increase that the government is making, and use it to lower the price of the fuel, like other governments in the region are doing? How is it that we've not heard one word in that direction, Matt? The government is making more money because the fuel price went up. Use that money to lower the price of the fuel. Enough said.
All right, again, thank you very much. It's 8:58 in the morning. Somebody says, man, I feel Blessing's pain. I send him the TV, so I know.
Matt, good morning to you. Listening to my brother Blessing. Blessing, good morning to you. Matt, you know, I've come to the realization people are not going to stand up in Dominica. And not only in Dominica, you know, throughout the region. You know, African people are like are like sheep to the slaughter, man. They will not do anything because the politicians then have come to realize the people will complain a lot and do nothing. And they could deal with that because it's no action taken. And also, Matt, last week I asked you, why is Sam Raphael the PRO for Domlec? I thought, yes, he has a stake in the power company, but I thought there's a public relation officer who's supposed to speak to the people. Is he the public relation officer for the electric company, Matt? This is all I was asking last week. Maybe somebody missed the PRO and they didn't understand. Public relation officer. But anyway, Matt, I'm listening and I just feel sorry for people who don't understand their power. Because, Matt, when a people are being treated the way the people are being treated in Dominica, they should know that they have options. And fear is not one of them. Fear is not an option. It's a poison and it's killing you. You stay there, you complain, and do nothing. And the people know that you're going to do nothing. So they just keep on doing what they've been doing to you, and you take it. This is where we are at, Matt. Thank you very much. Good morning.
But I can tell the public, I just want to put some hope out there. It's getting better. I think over the next 6 months, we are in transition. We are in transition right now to geothermal. We've been doing a lot of testing, and so it's been inconsistent. It's a new plant. Of course, it's a machine. Anything can happen. But with the new plant and the preventative maintenance that Ormat, which is an international company, is doing, we can expect to have more reliable power before the end of the year, once the transmission lines get finished and so on. And then we can expect to have lower cost for electricity because, again, we're not relying on fossil fuel. So I want to leave the audience with a little hope.
And of course, Sam spoke earlier at a recent news conference. I'm sure you've heard him. You heard him promising lower electricity rates, huh?
So the actuaries have looked at it, the accountants have looked at it, looked at all the numbers, and they've determined with a high level of certainty that your electric bill is going to go down. I'm not just going to be general, I'll be very specific. So we have 35,000 domestic users. Your electricity bill, when this settles and the price of oil settles, because we still have 25% of the electricity will come from Once things settle down, your electricity bill will go down 17%. Very specific. So if your electricity bill at the end of the month, if you conserve and you only have $100 electricity bill, it goes to $83. And if your electricity bill as a high user, maybe, or a small business, you know, the rate for small businesses is a little different. If you run a small business, it would be, I think, about maybe 12% reduction. So if your electricity bill is $1,000 a month, you should expect to pay $900, a little less than that a month. That's significant savings. And if you're a larger employer like my business, and I'm really excited about that, where our electricity bill is huge, $50,000 a month. Imagine we expect to get a 10% reduction on that. So at all levels, this is going to reduce the electricity bill of every Domlec consumer. And I just wanted to be clear on behalf of the board and on the company to get that out to you, the public, that this is what that's coming, and this is what that is so exciting about this.
Hello.
Matt, good morning, and how are you this morning, Matt?
Good morning to you, sir. How are you? How are you?
I'm there to just holding on, Matt. But I'm listening to Mr. Raphael. We had already spoken something about that thing there. They are giving us at least the impression that everything will be okay with geothermal. But more and more they're pushing it back, you know. Because if you recall, when you had the press conference, when the Prime Minister spoke, the idea but at the time was that maybe by April, May, or bill would start showing a change, Matt, because geothermal is on. Up to now, we're not getting change. Now, some say saying towards the end of the year. But Matt, I am like St. Thomas or Thomas the Disciple. Doubting Thomas, they used to call him. But I'm not saying it will not happen, but I will only accept it when I see it is happening, Matt.
So you're saying they keep changing the dates? They keep changing the dates. They said April.
That's right. That's right. I remember they said 17%. So we'll be looking forward for that, you know, Matt. But okay. But while I'm on your show, Matt, I want to take this opportunity to thank some friends of mine from Warner who came to visit me yesterday in Granby, Matt. I was very, very satisfied and appreciative. So I just want them to know I appreciate their coming. God bless them. One love. You too, Matt. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Let's go back to the telephone. Yes, call. Are you there? Oh, sorry about that. 449-3095-9697. Well, as I said, they keep shifting the dates. Huh? The Prime Minister seemed optimistic about April, but testing phase. They're experiencing some teething problems. Are you there, caller? Hello, yes?
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you. Hey, Mr. Arthur Martin, how you doing?
You know, Matt, I was having a happy, calm, beautiful Monday morning.
You are? Are you?
I heard you saying over and over again expressions of a hope from Sam Raphael. How in heaven's name can anybody promise that there will be a reduction of X in the cost of a service if they have no idea what it is costing them to produce the electricity? He doesn't know. The Israeli company does not know. Domlec does not know. So if Domlec has information that the cost per kilowatt hour of energy from geothermal is X compared with the cost of a kilowatt of power from diesel or hydro, how do they know? How can they come and promise that there will be a reduction of 17%? Because they do not know. The only way they can know about such a promise is for them to have hard data based on testing the plant over a period of time, that the cost per kilowatt hour from geothermal is so much cheaper or so much lower than the cost by diesel, so that it would result in a reduction in the electricity bill. That is so basic. I have asked them repeatedly,
I've heard you.
what is the cost per kilowatt hour from geothermal? Because I know from a review of international assessments of different energy costs from solar, from wind, from hydro, from geothermal, that geothermal is not necessarily the cheapest source of power unless you get to producing up to 50 kilowatts, 50 megawatts of power. But we have a 10 megawatt plant in place. 10. That is equal to 50% or half of the energy need of Dominica at this time. You have 2 diesel engines at Foncolé, each of them producing 5 megawatts. So you have 10 megawatts of diesel available. You have 2 to 4 megawatts of hydro. Not do the math. You yourself do the arithmetic, man. You have 10 of diesel, but you're not running the diesel. You have 2 to 4 of hydro, but it is not reliable. So you have a new plant that you have not tested. You have not run it long enough to determine what is its operating costs. I'm not even talking about the exploration costs and the other capital costs. What is it costing per kilowatt hour? Unless they can present that kind of data to the public, they are basically trying to bamboozle the public. And some of all people, a businessman like Sam, he should be the last person to try to bamboozle when it comes to something as vital as electricity, which everybody requires.
No, but the question somebody's asking, I think, is a good question. Is it normal for electricity to be going like that during testing? What is really happening? Are they explaining to us what is really going on there?
They have not explained that. And my investigations, from talking to other people in engineering who know, is that if you do not have a storage arrangement on the line from the geothermal, so that you can feed the geothermal power initially into storage, like a battery, you store it and then you gradually can release it into the grid, so that you can control. What you're running the risk of doing is causing a power surge. I'm understanding that they have a certain amount of storage capacity built into the line from the geothermal plant, but that is only equal to about 6 megawatts. And plant can deliver, they say, up to 10 megawatts. So maybe they are overwhelming their storage capacity, or maybe they're trying a direct feed into the grid. Whatever it is, Matt, I'm not an engineer, but they have a responsibility to explain to you this is why this is happening. And I know from the manual for the proper operation of geothermal plants, which we have researched for over 20 years, it says when you first turn on a geothermal power plant, you have to run it independently, which is not necessarily feeding into any grid. You have to run it for a period of 3 to 5 years.
Oh.
For you to determine if it is one, supplying the quantity of electricity it is designed to, if it is doing so at a reliable rate of supply, etc. And what is the cost? That is not me saying that. There's a World Bank handbook for the proper operation of geothermal plants that is available publicly. People can go online, and I've said so for years.
So in other words, Arthur, there's no need for the excitement being expressed by these officials.
It is entirely unfair, it's disingenuous, it's dishonest, it is, and that happens to be the hallmark of things, that people are making wild promises about this, that, and the other. But you cannot be joking around with electricity. That comes right into people's private homes, their bedrooms, their bathrooms, their living rooms. So it shows a callous disregard for the safety of the public. That is what I find most upsetting this Monday morning. These people who are allowing such a power supply to come into a grid that is still directly connected to the smallest little home in Yampi or the smallest little home in Parish Pit, as well as the bigger homes elsewhere in the country. They're saying to you, I don't really care what happens. I'm going to feed it into the thing. You cannot do that. That is unsafe. In fact, that to me, that warrants a serious examination of the legal implications of an unreliable power supply that can place people at risk. And so, why don't they just be honest and say, look, we promised it cannot come any time frame because, look, we have to do this, that, and the other. The last observation is this. We have an Israeli company with a management contract for 25 years on that plant. So they are the ones running the plant. Domlec is simply purchasing the power that comes from the plant. Domlec has to assure itself that the source of power is reliable and costs X before they offer it to their customers, which is where I find Sam's statement so totally disingenuous and dishonest. Okay, so the Domlec has responsibilities to its clients to guarantee safe, reliable power. The Israeli company, Ormat, has also a responsibility to the geothermal company, which is a separate company, and Ormat has to inform people that this is where we are. We're going to have to test off-grid because they can monitor the output of the plant without pumping it into the grid. They can do that. It's like you run an engine, your car breaks down, so your mechanic fixes the engine, and the engine is still on. He can run it just to test it, make sure everything is working before he puts it back on your vehicle. And that is standard operating safety measures, man. But this time we're joking around with people's lives, little children, elderly people, those who cannot see where they're going to put their hand to try to put back on the power. This is totally unacceptable, and there needs to be,
Are you there? Uh-oh, sorry, Afi might have to call you back. Making a lot of sense here this morning there. So why do we have people so optimistic when the testing phase is not complete? And as Afi just indicated there, it may have repercussions. I'll try to get you back, Afi. Making a lot of sense, huh? Are you there, caller? Yes,
Thank you, Mr. Afinate. Maka. Thank you.
Let's complete the testing phase that's at this point before making such promises. Hello, talk to me on the telephone, yeah?
Yes, Mark, good morning to you.
Morning to you. Morning, yeah.
Mark, I just want to appreciate what Afi just said. It was well explained and well detailed, and I think that is how people should be conducting themselves when you run in a country. Mark, light just goes, nobody come to tell nobody nothing, everybody just accepting everything. I want to support the overseas caller who sent the recordings for you with respect to the Jungle Bay guy. What's his name again? That's your best friend, Mark. The man came on your program and the man spoke like a PRO, so you have to try to get him back to explain further, because the way he speaks like a PRO. That's why I tell him, Mark, when you see them guys come on your program, them guys are very smart. Them guys know what they're up to. They know how to play the game. It's just that they are very technical. They don't want to show it obviously. But all those guys, Matt, they know, people know where they stand and they have their side. Because at the end of the day, you're not a PRO. You know all the information about geothermal. Get him back, Matt, to come and explain to Dominicans. Because what Afi is saying is so articulated and well explained. Nobody treats nobody. Everybody is like dogs. Whatever they do in Dominican, everybody gets away. So we need to get this man back, Sam Raphael, and make him explain further, because he speaks like the PR Dominic. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you. Yeah. What's the cost of producing the geothermal energy? According to Alfie, that question has not been answered by any official just yet. Let's listen to this voice note.
Morning, Matt. Today is the 8th of June, 2026.
Uh-huh.
And I'm listening to Mr. Afimate discussion, and he makes a lot of sense. Where are the engineers? Where are the planners of information technology to see that Domlek and that firm needs to put their house in order, because a lot of people appliances are burning. I turned and made a group with a lot of other people like Copel back in 1990 when my mother ice cream was being destroyed from Domlek. And today they're doing the same thing to the consumers. I have 3 friends that told me that their appliances has been destroyed through the fluctuation of electricity. Please, Matt, best they hire Mr. Arthurton Matte as a consultant to assist them because they need help.
Somebody's asking, Matt, again, I asked, why is Dominic always speaking about the production of geothermal energy? Can they let us know if they're running that plant?
This Father's Day, celebrate Dad and Go. Sign up for postpaid and get 50% discount on selected handsets. Win $100 gas voucher for Dad. 2 lucky customers will drive away with 4 brand new tires, and 1 lucky customer will win a 43-inch TV. All you have to do is sign up for postpaid or switch to Digicel Home Internet. Yes, it's that simple to win. Visit your nearest Digicel store today and make this Father's Day one to remember. Digicel, the best network for Dad.
Right now and remember once again, we're Dad. It's game on. And you may not be able to predict the scoreline or who will win each game. And you sure can't predict who will be champion. But what is predictable is that Quartz has what you need to watch the games the way you want to every time. It's game on. Quartz, bringing value home.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry foods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica, and yes, we deliver. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. At 255-6810 or 316-0164, or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor.
Win an unforgettable experience during the FIFA World Cup games and win with Coca-Cola. Here's how you can enter. Uncap a 591 ml Coke Original Taste or Coke Zero Sugar with the football label. Find the unique code under the cap. Send that code via WhatsApp to 265-5792 or scan the QR code in stores. It's that easy. One entry can make you win one of 5 flat screen smart TVs during the FIFA games. Or win FIFA merchandise instantly with over 1,500 prizes to be won. For more details, follow Josephine Gabriel Facebook page. Score with Coca-Cola and win.
All right, Dominic, we're back with Mr. Arthur Martin, who's been expressing some concern with the geothermal plant. Yes, Mr. Martin, are you there?
Yes, Matt. There are a couple other points. The public needs to know. The public has a right to accurate information, not public relations lines that make people look good. the fact of the matter is that geothermal is one among many sources of power that Dominica, as a blessed country, has access to. In fact, the approved climate resilient development strategy, which has just been renewed by this administration for the period 2020 to 2030, says that the agreed strategic approach to energy and power in Dominica is that we shall develop diverse sources of renewable energy. It specifies solar, wind, hydro, and we shall explore for development geothermal. That is almost a word for word quotation of strategy that this administration itself has approved. No, so that means geothermal, which is something I myself have promoted since over 20 years, but it is such a powerful and unpredictable source of power that you have to do it according to the best practices. These practices were put together in a handbook prepared by the World Bank after studying geothermal all around the world. And they said, these are the things that have to be put in place. And that is why I can say without any fear of contradiction that the best practice for a new plant is to run the plant for a period no less than 3, ideally 5 years, to monitor and to sort of calibrate the reliability of geothermal and to establish what is its cost per kilowatt hour so that you can compare it to the other sources of power. So, I mean, this takes time. And I think there may be people who feel that we don't have time and we promise so long, we promise and so we must do. That's not the point. Because with geothermal, there is a serious safety factor. Because geothermal, let us not forget, geothermal power comes from the lava that forms volcanoes beneath the soil. Geothermal taps into lava reservoirs and pulls up hot stuff mixed with water and some soil and other stuff and processes that into a source of steam that drives the power producing plant. But it is when they know that by drilling into the lava pool of the island, nobody can tell you for sure what is going to happen. So that is why there are serious safety measures, like a period of testing that is not connected to the grid, but that allows the plant to operate and be monitored and calibrated for safety and reliability and cost. So to attempt to hurry this up and pump power from a new geothermal plant into the alive grid. Do you understand how dangerous that could be?
Mm-hmm.
Geothermal plants in Hawaii, for instance, have exploded, and caused major disruption in the areas where the plants are located because, again, some of the approved best practices were not properly observed.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why the World Bank has some money invested in our geothermal project, would have insisted, I'm sure, that we follow the best practice procedure. So I'm suggesting, my friends, and Dominicans as a whole, we can fool around with things. We can fool around with CBI, we can fool around with agriculture, we can fool around with it. But you cannot fool around with geothermal power. You cannot fool around with lava and hot material from the belly of the earth. So you have to follow diligently the best practices. And so I'm urging the authorities And I'm saying that that would be the responsibility of whoever is running the plant. The Israeli company has a technical, professional responsibility not to engage, not to allow pressure from Domlek or any other source to cause them to deliver power from the plant before they themselves are 100% sure that it is safe and that they know what it's going to cost. And that leads to the cost factor. How can Sam, a businessman, say, oh, it's going to reduce the cost of power by 17%? Mark, look at this. You have a maximum of 10 megawatts coming from geothermal, you hope. But your demand is 20. The other 10 megawatts has been coming from diesel plants that are not new plants and are not reliable. And especially now, with the increase in the cost of diesel and other fuels as a result of events in West Asia and so on, makes it highly unlikely that if you have to use your plants to make up for a shortfall from geothermal, for example, that your power is in fact going to be more expensive.
But I think you're someone who should listen. You did not hear. But this is the excuse that Domlek PRO came up with here on Thursday night, I think. Let's listen there a minute and stay on the line. I want you to assess what you just said there, which sort of ties up with what you're saying. Domlek.
Good evening. This is Domlek PRO, Ayola George, with an update on today's outage. Domlek advises customers that electricity service has been restored to most areas across the island following the island-wide outage, which occurred just before 12 noon today. The outage was triggered by a trip at the geothermal power plant, resulting in the total collapse of the electricity system. Restoration efforts commenced immediately, with generation units at the Fokole power station being brought online to power the network. Power was then restored in phases from both the Fokole and Sugarloaf power stations. The Sugarloaf power station is located in the north in Portsmouth. This allowed communities to be progressively re-energized as the system conditions permitted. We are pleased to report that service has now been restored to all areas, with the exception of the section from Picard to T-Bay in the Portsmouth area, and that area should have service by about 6 p.m. today. Domlek sincerely apologizes for the inconvenience caused by this interruption and thanks customers across the island for their patience, their understanding, and their cooperation throughout the restoration process. We also wish to thank our operators, line crews, engineers, and support staff who worked diligently to safely restore service as quickly as possible. Thanks also goes out to the staff at the geothermal plant for their collaboration with us in ensuring that all restoration to the grid was done safely. This is a monumental national project that clearly comes with challenges. We're continually learning and working to improve and to avoid similar occurrences in the future, in the near or in the long-term future. We are at the final stages of commissioning, and we hope during the month of June to have continuous geothermal energy generation in anticipation of commercial operations. This is our path to energy independence and energy stability. Thank you.
All right. So, Arthur, you heard the PRO. To your point, they're not ready yet. I mean, total collapse of the system?
Absolutely. Now, how can you have a public relations statement like that coming officially from the corporation, and a director of the corporation is on air kind of talking about, oh, he hopes, and maybe by December. What kind of Coco Macaque is that? That is not even sounding like Sam Raphael. There's something wrong with this picture. And I'm listening to Ayola now, and it's very clear that there are issues. And the information we have is that there is some online storage capability in place on the line from the geothermal plant. It is about up to 6 megawatts. That is the information we have. I stand to be corrected if that is not the precise figure. So if that is the case, it means that the storage capacity, which is your safety valve, is less than your capacity to produce power from the plant. So it is quite likely that if they powered up the plant, trying to get it up to maximum, which is between 8 to 10 megawatts, but you only have online storage and and safety storage for 6. Now it is inevitable that you'll have a surge, and so that's not safe, and it's not secure, and it's not reliable. And for them to have to turn back on the diesel plants at Foncolay and in Portsmouth is making the point. These plants run on diesel. We are paying high prices for diesel. So we will end up paying high prices for any power generated from that source. And it leads to the other point. So no matter how beautiful renewable energy is, that is why renewable energy strategies say do not end up dependent on any one source. So if you're going solar, make sure you have a backup on hydro. If you go in hydro, have a backup on solar or on wind and so forth, because that is the nature of energy. Okay? And so it makes me very concerned for 2 reasons. Number one, it appears that a company largely owned by the government of Dominica is operating in direct conflict with contradiction of its stated strategic policy for renewable energy. That's one. Number two, it raises the question of what about who is developing solar? I know Mr. Nassif has developed solar packages. He has his main facilities and Cane operating on solar and so forth. But so we actually have proven the reliability of solar power. And it means then that we could be sensibly paralleling the expansion of solar power available to the people. And in fact, I'm understanding that there are many people who are now installing solar at their private homes, including one minister of government who has done that to his private home. But it makes sense to promote the
For some reason, we keep losing Afi Martin there. I'm really sorry, Mr. Martin. But education for the soul there. Huh? A lot of food for thought. Thank you, Mr. Martin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's 9:40, yes.
Good morning, Pat.
Yes, sir.
Blessed day to all the people of Dominica. Matt, my reason for sending you that message is because I have been sleeping and waking over and over and listening and reflecting on the problems of our people. Matt, one of the things I want to say to you and to say to my people, let us put all the negative aside because the devil is trying to push us apart. We, all the supporters of the United Workers' Party and the supporters of the Labour Party, supporter of the Freedom Party and the people that is supporting no party, Matt, we are all suffering the same problem in our island, Dominica. Matt, we know what 4.5 years of the United Workers' Party made in terms of the difference to our livelihood in our country, our name over the world.
We'll take that message a little later. I thought it was actually relating to the Dominic issue we're discussing this time, but we'll, of course, boots in the air. I'll play that message a little later. Okay, thank you.
Hey, greetings, man. This is Dr. IQ. I just want to, listening to this thing there this morning, I just want to remind the listening public, the general public, that a promise is still a comfort to a fool. So we should continue to dismiss promises, especially when they come from politicians and people who spin on behalf of politicians. In this case, I think we are no fools, so the promises, we shouldn't even consider them. That's my contribution. Everything blessed.
His point, you know, promises, promises, promises. So, in other words, if geothermal is not ready, don't give the people too much hope. That's the message there from Afi Mate. When you can't even explain what is the cost of producing geothermal energy. On the telephone, hello, talk to me. Yes. Yes.
Matt, let me comment Atherton Neste. Not Nest. Afi Mate.
Afi Mate, yes.
You remember a fella they call Atherton Nesti? That's the man. He that just take over my tongue there, Matt. Blessings to you wherever you are, my brethren, in your transition. Matt, let me shout out Atherton Mate. Matt, that is a man partially blind. And his saddle is still there for him to throw over his horse, his boots on, and his rifle, not to consider a rifle, meaning his bullets coming out from his mouth. So leave the man alone, or you terrorize the man. Matt, for that man to be retired all around, Matt, and still fighting, and the people that is affected the most is shot in the mouth. Matt, something I want to say, Matt, me my limited capacity where education is concerned. Matt, you know when they're going to take current, they have a schedule thing. Marigot at 9 o'clock, St. Joe, you know what I'm saying, Matt?
The schedule.
Matt,
yes.
If they have that thing experimenting on the people, appliances and on the people, Matt, can there not be some schedule thing and say, you know something, from 9 p.m. to 1 p.m., we will be doing things, so turn off all your main switches. If all you leave all your main switch on is at all your own risk or something, because we have a particular area we live in with light or electricity, anything that happens within that zone, that is our responsibility. Nothing that happens outside of that is not our responsibility, because look, we're giving a schedule notice. Matt, you understanding my ABC psychology? I'm logic, no, Matt?
I'm following you, yes.
But you cannot have people with their appliances on in the comfort of their homes, Matt, with no schedule disconnection or thing of electricity and all of that, and boom, current go. Boom, current come back. Boom, current go. Your light get dim, dim, dim. Your light get bright, bright, bright. And then you telling me you are not responsible. People can say what they want about Americans. But when you're like, I like America, Matt, the Second Amendment, I like, you know, Matt, the rights to bear arms. And I think another one where you can remove your government by force when they are overbearing, when they are abusive. But the world, people like to talk about, oh, peace, peace, peace. But where is justice? Where is peace in the absence of justice? But scary and them, no wonder they send some there, because some is quite polite and, you know, he's quite convincing and diplomatic and all of that. Because maybe the public relations officer is not that convincing. He doesn't have it. So like they say, oh, you know something? Send some. Let those zombies be pacified by promises. Isn't that, Matt, you're not feeling that it's the way the man treating Dominica? These are our slaves on the plantation We will extract every last drop of blood and every penny from them, and there is nothing they can do. All we have to do is give them a ham and a turkey at the end of it, and we don't know what they wash the ham and the turkey with, what part of people's anatomy they wash and then soak it in it, and when you eat it, all you can see is red. I don't know what the hell that is going on in Dominica, why Dominicans don't know how to fight anymore. Or do they call Lee Blanc, Patrick John, Edison James, Miss Charles? Nobody was spared. No, you have some criminals there. Now they're bringing foreigners to take over company, and this is have a history of being quite inhuman, violent, and wicked. And now they want to come there and just figure out, well, Matt, if I was not sick, Matt, sorry, sorry, I'm concluding there. I telling you, Domlek would have had it with me, Matt. I am just not well. You're not going to spoil my appliance. I sit down at my home at the comfort of where I cannot even pay my rent, and you want to come and destroy my appliance and telling me you're not responsible? I'm mad. People don't know me,
All right, blessings. Somebody just observed something there. The initial notice from Domlek. It reads, Domlek advises customers of the island-wide outage, which occurred just before noontime 12 on that day, Thursday, the 4th June of 2026. This is due to a trip at the geothermal plant, resulting in the total collapse of the system. It continued, we are in the process of restoring the system by starting up our units at Hawkley, which were offline as geothermal was carrying most of the load. I repeat that part. We are in the process of restoring the system by starting up our units at Fokole, which were offline as geothermal was carrying most of the load. We appreciate the patience and understanding of all customers as we work to ensure power and apologize for the inconvenience caused. Please keep posted for further updates. Now, if you listen to interesting observation. If you listen to this post by the voice note there, take note what is missing from the initial post. Listen.
This is Domlek Piaro, Ayola George, with an update on today's outage. Domlek advises customers that electricity service has been restored to most areas across the island following the island-wide outage, which occurred just before 12 noon today. The outage was triggered by a trip at the geothermal power plant, resulting in the total collapse of the electricity system. Restoration efforts commenced immediately, with generation units at the Fokole power station being brought online to power the network. Power was then restored in phases from both the Fokole and Sugarloaf.
I hope you took note of what is missing in that total statement there. Remember what I read to you? We are in the process of restoring the system by starting up our units at Fokole, which were out offline as geothermal was carrying out most of the load. I want you to listen again to the latest statement. Was it a miscommunication?
This is Domlek Piaro, Ayola George, with an update on today's outage. Domlek advises customers that electricity service has been restored to most areas across the island following the island-wide outage, which occurred just before 12 noon today. The outage was triggered by a trip at the geothermal power plant, resulting in the total collapse of the electricity system. Restoration efforts commenced immediately, with generation units at the Fokole power station being brought online to power the network. Power was then restored in phases from both the Fokole and Sugarloaf power stations. The Sugarloaf power station is located in the north in Portsmouth. This allowed communities to be progressively re-energized.
Now, Miss Ayola George of Domlek, please inform or tell the people why was the line as it relates to geothermal was carrying out most of the load. Why was that taken out from your latest statement? I'm just asking, maybe it was a typo, but I'm just asking for for education purposes. Why was this line removed? Geothermal was carrying out most of the load. Is there something, are we trying to hide something here? Just a question. Remember I read for you the initial statement, huh? Something is not right here. Or maybe we should get the engineers from have been brought in from India to explain just what is going on. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
morning to you and morning to your listeners.
Morning, yes.
That is my topic, Matt. Matt is a money-making thing. It is a money-making thing for Domlek. And all the consumer is hearing is, sorry for the inconvenient cause. So you are offering a service. You have not given us proper service, but we have to pay a full amount for half of the service that we receive. So in Domlek cannot sit down already. You're already using our water free of charge, and you billing us for your diesel, for your oil you putting in your generator. The consumer paying for that. You're using our water free of charge. We're not billing you, and you still have the guts to tell us sorry for the inconvenient cause. You cannot sit down and say, you know what? With all of the power outages here, let us give back. Let us give back 5%. So even if that current go and that current come back, customers, even if 5% not sufficient, but at least we can say we get back something. Matt, you understand what I'm saying, Matt?
No, I understand, yes.
Everything is sorry for the inconvenient cause because you feel that is the only utility company where you don't have competition and Dominicans don't have a choice. Dominicans don't have a choice. Power outage is not. Christmas was in December, and first time I see Christmas off December, Matt. Light on pole, off on people home. My fridge was on the ground when I was there. As soon as I come, I just turn the main switch off. When you damage my appliances, you're giving me problem for you to give me my appliance. What about my ice cream on my fridge? What about the people chicken on the fridge? What about the people fish on the fridge? What about the people medication on the fridge? You're not compensating us for what in the fridge that is spoiled. You damage my refrigeration, my refrigerator, and you even giving me problem for it again, Matt. I mean, come on, how long we can take? Well, how long we can take, Dominican? Let us put Domlek in their place once and for all. If they're too comfortable, I already tell them, new tires I put on consumers against utility rates, is brand new tires I will put on because we cannot continue like that, Matt. We have to pull the handbrakes. At one point in time, we have to pull that handbrakes. Matt, I know elderly people who cannot do a lot of fun, and the people there crying, Matt. Hours after hours is low schedule. If it's not in that section, it's in another section. They're doing it by phases. They're doing it by phases, and they're smiling all the way to the blasted bank with the increase of money that they're receiving on our behalf. While we are crying and we are going to the cemetery, they are going to the bank with the money. It cannot be fair, Matt. Just look at your meter. Look at your meter. And for the people like myself that have pay as you go, they can tell you that because if you put $100 now on your bill, and Domlek take that light. When that light restore, Matt, if that $100 was lasting you 3 weeks, it's not going to last you 3 weeks. Especially if the light goes for 5-6 hours, when that light restore, that $100 is not going to last you 3 weeks if your customer is laughing you, because that fridge has to build. It is working. It has to work to reach its maximum point so that it can trip off and come back on. Trip off and come back on. Until it reaches maximum point, it cannot trip off and come back on. Until it reaches its maximum point, it cannot start making ice for you. Until it reaches its maximum point, it cannot start giving you cold water. It's a process. So that is it, Matt. And Dominicans, when you see Dominicans, all you have generators, when you see the light go, put all the generators on. Put all the generators on. It cannot be CMR. It cannot be fair to consumers that they have to be paying for a service that they have not. And Dominic not the only one. All the utility companies take advantage of the people of Dominica. But I'm telling them, finally, I am putting new tires on consumers against our utility rates now. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you and good morning too. Taking a break. We'll come back, Dominica, right after this. Stick around.
And you may not be able to predict the scoreline or who will win each game. And you sure can't predict who will be the champion. But what is predictable is that Quartz has what you need to watch the games the way you want to every time. It's game on. Quartz, bringing value home.
Need one trusted place to stock up for your home, shop, or business? Fine Foods Inc. Distribution has got you covered. From dry goods and frozen foods to your favorite drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, plus all the household must-have. We've got it all under one roof. We're right here in Jimmy Dominica, and yes, we deliver. Whether you're running a supermarket, a corner shop, a bar, or just like your pantry full and happy, Fine Foods Inc. brings you the best brands you know and love. Great prices, top-tier service, trusted products. 255-6810 or 316-0164 or drop by our Jimmy location to check out what's in store. Fine Foods Inc.
Fine Foods Inc. The biggest distributor for the biggest brand.
Caller, are you there, caller? Sorry about that. Well, we have sometime later in the hour our folks from the electoral office to present some numbers, so stay tuned. You might hear that. Some of the latest numbers as it relates to registration. And here's the news. On Wednesday, Dominica, stay tuned. I'll promote that a little more. Mr. Lennox Linton will be our guest at the 1 o'clock hour. I know a lot of people have been asking. So Mr. Lennox Linton will be our guest there on Wednesday, if God is willing. 1 o'clock. In an exclusive with, of course, the Talk on the Block. The whole truth and nothing but the truth, right? All the questions you've been asking me all weekend, you'll have a chance to ask him. I heard there was a poll conducted there in the Marigot area. By the constituency branch in terms of trying to select a candidate. There was a vote conducted, and I can tell you that's reliable information. There was a vote conducted. Remember, 2 candidates put out their names, huh? So the constituency branch had selected Mr. Delbert, and of course, Annie Edwards presented her name to that branch as well. And there was a vote in that group. To see who the constituency branch would have preferred to present to the executive members. And the vote, from my information, reliable information, presented to the executive was 26 in favor of Delbert and 0 in favor of Miss Annie Edwards. I know Annie Edwards held another meeting on Saturday. And she still seemed very interested in contesting that seat. But the final decision will come from the executive of the party. Who will they choose? That's for the executive to decide, huh? But that vote was taken there. People are now asking whether it was a transparent process. But that's for the conscience to decide. Huh? 449-3095 and 96. So that's the results as it relates to the constituency branch. Uniting and selecting Mr. Delbert Paris as the nominee to contest the Marigot seat. Thank you very much on the telephone. Are you there?
Good morning, Matt.
Morning to you. How are you doing, sir?
I wonder if Dominican know what they really want. The woman is very, very good. Delbert is not the right man for up there. The woman is more effective. She's more together, and in fact, they should put her in. That is bad. Dominican don't know what they really want. That is your problem anyway.
All right, caller. But that was the constituency branch, eh? Another question as to whether the process was transparent. That's another question. That's for the conscience. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Are you there? Yeah? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Matt, before I say what I have to say, 5 minutes and 11 seconds, you talking and I think, but praise God, I postpaid I have, so I don't feel in no way.
That's
but
good.
Don't do like some of them companies that have to go with it. Fast forward. No, listen to me now, Matt.
Yes,
For some
sir.
reason, coincidentally, you always meeting me at courts, right?
Yes.
Nice. Now, November the 5th, that was Tuesday, that is the day after the jump up, or Wednesday it was, I bought my brand new fridge, $5,980. I'm going to send you the receipt, and I'm going to send you the picture of my fridge. So my fridge is 7 months old.
Okay.
Exactly. No, bam. So you can send the receipt to Mr. Senval and the fridge that you see my name on it, I buy it. Fast forward that now, bam. I just say, last week they take like 3 times in Barry State in less than 2 hours.
Mhm.
Matt, I nothing no long talk and thing there. If you see nothing happen to my fridge, I tell you, Coppel and them talking about tires is not there. I was saying secrets of war. That is this thing I'm dealing with. I nothing no long kind of a talk. A chronic crime making in Dominica. $5,873 on Wednesday, the 6th of November, 2025. If you want, I can take a picture of my Ocean F fridge, show you,
Mhm.
and send my receipt. And anytime nothing happened to my fridge, I telling you, that is the day they have to wonder what happening in Dominica. That thing about Sam Raphael and them talking, they say, respecting them, man. Them man believe they have their money, they better than people talking about $100 and you will say $17. I buy an $100 worth every day, every damn day, and I don't win in every day. And you tell anything, 11 cents people owing, and if you don't pay 1 o'clock, you don't have lights. 11 cents. 11 cents. They used to take it don't take it on a Friday, on a weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and a holiday. They start to take it on a Saturday. They start to take it Sunday right now, every day to every day. Anytime nothing happens to my fridge, I not like blessings and them that thing. A whole chronicle I'm making. Bye-bye. So they better know what they're doing, the people think. When I bring my receipt with my brand new fridge, I first to begin, I have to pay almost $100 for people to bring my fridge with me. Because the latest fridge I have, 2025 January come out, and I get it in November. $5,873. When I bring my receipt, within 24 hours, a chronic crime making. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye. 449-3095-96 and 97, yo. I say. All right, I think we're getting a few messages there as it relates to this no, my friend, this is no propaganda. Okay? I've gotten this information from a few persons who have investigated this. Yes, I have. A committee that constitutionally consists about 11 or 12 members. They submitted 26 votes for Delbert and 0 for Annie. Make that make sense for me, huh? They may have invalid independent persons that said It was a private meeting, and then they had to vote on the committee. This is totally illegal. A committee made up of 11 to 12 members can produce a vote of 26. Yes. Well, you can do your own investigation. I'm sure you have your own sources in Marigot. Hello, talk to me on the telephone. Yes?
Well,
Yeah.
maybe they don't need to do no investigation, because Dominica have a Genome Deba and Fam Deba.
Mhm.
So let me tell them, people, maybe the electoral office run it, so there was reconfirmation and whatever, and the main boys decide what happened. Dr. Bopo calls them murderer.
All right. So you see, this lady have some information that is presented, that has been presented. So do your own investigations, okay? And find out what happened at that meeting there. But again, as I said to somebody this morning, the final decision will be taken by the executive of that, of the Workers' Party. I just wanted to present that information. This is pure mischief. The electoral office, a few members will be, some of them will be in here this morning, just presenting numbers, not taking any questions. The latest, as it relates to registration, really, those who have confirmed. On the telephone, are you there, caller? Yes? Uh-huh.
Yes, I'm there. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning to you, yes. Uh-huh.
Yes, our people, I have said it before and I'll say it again, they are in a political coma. When they're going to get out from that coma, heaven knows. And guys like Sam Raphael, this people, they're just singing for the pocket, man. Not to know it. It is what's in it for them. They don't care about the poor people of Dominica. It's what they're getting out of it, and they're being used. And in a real, if Dominica was a democratic country, the Prime Minister would have been arrested already. Thank you.
On the telephone, are you there, caller? Yes. Uh-huh. Yes.
Yes, Matt. Morning again, Matt.
Yes, you're back.
The last caller, just what the last caller said. They would have arrested 99 times. I know that.
Today's outage.
4493095. Are you there, caller? Yes. Hello. 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 Thank you very much. Are you there? Yes.
I call him back again, because I'm so upset and tired with this garbage in Dominica. As though everything is about Marigot and what happened in that. Rosewood South was supposed to have their choice of delegates. They had executive member cursing each other because that one wants meeting there, the other one meeting the other way. And they just behind is a Marigot. Leave Marigot alone now. Sack with on her. Go and find work for you to do. Some of them take money from Spirit already. Leave me alone.
Are you there? Caller, are you there? Caller,
Yes.
are you there? The best.
there.
Oh, hold on. Some people are suggesting that the committee is made up of 11 or 12 members, and now they're submitting 26 votes. Does that make sense? That's what the person is asking. Does that make sense?
Let's tell them call the committee and ask them how many members they have so they'll get the exact number. Everything that happening in Marigot in Dominica is a problem. Lennox Clinton go on the radio is a problem. He don't talk is another problem. Edison James too quiet, he not saying nothing. Delbert not attending that his mother died, but he must be in grandson. What are you want again about? They leave the people alone. They cursing in Rosewood South. One girl want to go up for 2 years. She doing work on the ground. Some members don't want her. Right? They want to put who they want. Kite Semunla and leave Workers' Party business out of the radio too. I'm tired of that.
Okay, caller. Thank you very much. So you have one side and the other side, different story. No other people representing 22. So let the people of the constituency brand speak to what's going on. Hello, talk to me. Yes. Yes. Are you there? Call, are you there? Yes. On the telephone, it's what time is it? 10:09. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
What is me?
What's up?
Is me that okay?
Yes, sir. Morning.
I forgot to give my money time, but it look like workers dead. But I don't want them to come in and them to stay in it and they better form up a thing. Get Joshua Francis form up a thing. Change the color too. Like the death, they take over me scared. All
right, thank you very much. 449-3095-9697. Everybody wants their side of the story in there. Hello, talk to me. Yes?
Matt, good morning.
Morning to you, sir. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing pretty fine, Matt. This is Antoine Louis. Matt, I just want to question whether the branch, the Constituency Association branch in Marigot is working towards the good or the well-being of the party. The reason I say that, everybody knew Delbert had an executive position on the party. He resigned from that position, stating that he cannot work with Dr. Thompson Fontaine. So why are they insisting that he should be the candidate for a party whose leader he says that he cannot work with? I smell a rat, because I believe people are believing that Marigot is a sure seat for the United Workers' Party. Thompson Fontaine may not win his seat, and if he doesn't win his seat, Delbert wins his seat, then that pushes Delbert to become the leader of the party. The constituency executive branch is not working on behalf of the political party, and I hope the national executive will change things around, and at the end of the day, win, lose or draw, at least the person that is going up for Marigot will be somebody that is willing to work with the leadership of the party. Have a nice day, Matt.
All right, thank you too. Thank you. 449-3095. I've been hearing so many questions in the weekend, so many questions. I reached out to Mr. Lennox Linton, who says, yes, Matt, I'll give you an interview. Actually, the schedule for today, but he, of course, told me Monday. That will be on a Wednesday, so that's when he'll be available. So I'm looking forward to this interview with Lennox Linton. So he will dispel or confirm some of your fears, huh? On the telephone, that will be 1 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, if God is willing. Are you there, caller? Yes.
Good, Matt. Good morning.
Morning to you, sir. Yes.
Yeah, Matt, I don't know what kind of confusion people trying to create in the United Workers' Party. I mean, I find that it's strange because some people don't understand what is really going on. Because I heard you said that somebody said that there are 12 members in the committee in Marigot and 24 people vote. That's what I hear you say, Matt?
No, I'm hearing that 26, but somebody's not telling me maybe 22. So they have to clarify. Yeah. So tell me.
Well, Matt, what is because the person don't understand the constitution of the party. But to select a candidate is not the association that is nominating the candidate, Matt. But it is stalwart of the constituency. The Stalwart,
In other words, the constituency branch. Yes. Yes.
right. It can be 60, it can be 70, it can be 80 people present to nominate a candidate. And whenever they nominate the candidate, they go to a vote. So let's say 60 people show up in the meeting and they go to a vote. And the person that has the majority vote come as the nominee, the person that they nominate to be the candidate. Now it has to go to the committee. And now the committee has to discuss the person and the committee has to endorse the person. And if the committee agreed with the person that was nominated by the constituency Stalwart members, then they send it up to the national executive, and then the national executive make the final decision. So it go by process. So when you're talking about 26 people and only 12 people are member and believing well is something that nothing go wrong. It is correct. It's how it go is the amount of people that show up in the meeting, and the amount of people that show up in the meeting, they have a right to vote for whoever they want to represent them in the constituency.
But your point is the final decision rests with the executive. That's your point, yes.
Yeah, so the final decision, it's done by the executive members, the national executive members. But the people in the constituency, they have the right to choose whoever they want for the candidate. And whoever they choose to, for the candidate, then they send it to the executive members of the same constituency. And then the executive members, they discuss the person and they discuss the candidate to see if that is the right person, yes or no. And then now, if that person is accepted, then that person endorsed by them, then they send it to the national executive, and then the national executive make the final decision. But people trying to put confusion in our party, they make people believe, oh, the United Workers' Party doing this. I don't know why the labor rights or the government of Dominica don't leave the affairs of the United Workers' Party alone. Why are they putting so many confusion in our party? Why there are some people that are getting paid to put confusion in our party? We have an election to win. They need to stop what they're doing and let the election go fair, free and fair. What they have to study now is for them to go and confirm, put all your name on the list so that you can have a say and you can change the government that is on the back. The United Workers' Party is not the problem in Dominica. Mr. Lennox Linton is not the problem in Dominica. Mr. Edison James is not the problem in Dominica. Our leader is not the problem in Dominica. The problem in Dominica is the government of Dominica that is creating problems in our country. We need to take them out there. And that's supposed to be our focus. Stop focusing on the United Workers' Party and allow the United Workers' Party to do the work, to do the work, because we only grown and we're doing what we have to do. But yet still people is still posting things on social media and putting division in our party, and they need to stop it. They need to stop it. They need to stop putting division in the United Workers' Party. Come together with the United Workers' Party. Join the United Workers' Party and let us take out this government there. And that's what we have to do. But have a good morning.
Well, good morning to you. It's just already 10:16. 10:16 in the morning. All right, 449-3095-96 and 97. Okay. All right, let's move on there. It's just what time? 10:16. 10:16. Yep. No, not this one.
High level of certainty.
Hello, talk to me. Yes. Are you
Matt,
there?
do you know we live on an evil political battlefield?
Repeat what you
Do you
saying.
know that?
What did you
We
say?
live on an evil political battlefield. Do you know that?
I am not understanding what you're saying, sir.
I told you.
Yeah.
We live on an evil political battlefield.
Oh, you live on an evil political battlefield. Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
And the government is the evil one, and they are the causes of in this country.
Okay.
Think about it.
Thank you. On the telephone. Hello, talk to me. Yes.
Yes, Matt. Good morning. How are you doing today?
How are you doing, my brother? Soul Poos. Yes.
Not bad at all, man. Not bad at all. Feeling very good today.
All right. Nice to hear you, bro.
Right, and,
Nice to hear. Yeah.
Very strong selection today, Matt. But also, so Matt, is actually just taking it easy. Matt, I just want to confirm what the guy just spoke to you about there. That people should leave the United Workers' Party business alone. And apparently stop creating problem in Margaret. Margaret has solved their problem. Margaret will be always solving a problem.
Margaret is quite capable of solving the problem. As I said, we are always apt, eloquent, and blessed with advanced knowledge to do our business. The outsiders and the foreigners out there that is creating problem in Margaret has no problem. Margaret people will decide, and Margaret people has decided in the last meeting who the candidate they want. And we want who we want, and we will support whosoever we're supporting. And Delbert has no problem with Thompson Fontaine. Thompson Fontaine, didn't Thompson Fontaine make it clear to you that he doesn't have a problem with Delbert, Paris?
Yep. Mm-hmm. He did.
Thompson Fontaine made it clear he doesn't have a problem with Delbert Paris. Delbert Paris doesn't have no problem with Thompson Fontaine. There are certain areas that they may not be able to work on. For example, Delbert Paris is an engineer, and he's working with his father. He will have problem with his father, but they'll sort it out. So it always a problem somewhere which you can sort out. You don't have to go kissing somebody on the side face all the time. So Margaret has no problem. Margaret has solved the problem, and we're just waiting on the national executive to just confirm our candidacy. We don't have no problem. Annie is very competent, and Annie has decided to work with Delbert. Delbert will work with Annie, and that is how it is. Margaret is the competent and the number one constituency of United Workers' Party. There are other 18 and 17 more constituencies to deal with. Please ask the Commonwealth of Dominica persons in these constituencies to deal with their constituencies and collect the candidate as quickly as possible for the next general election. Margaret has already selected herself, and Margaret will be United Workers' Party number one, and Margaret people will be voting United Workers' Party. Margaret will be a United Workers' Party seat at all times, as it has been for the last 50 years in Dominica. So there's no problem. The same constituency association is the association that has been selecting candidates over the past years, and whenever they select a candidate, it wins every ballot box in every polling station in Margaret. And this is the same process which will be continuing. So please leave Margaret, let Margaret solve the problem. Dominican, behave yourself. Leave Margaret people alone. We're good at what we're doing. We're capable of what we're doing. Bye-bye.
All right, Soul Post. Thank you very much. On the telephone. Hello, talk to me. Yes? Yes?
Yeah, Matt, just quickly.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Matt, I have no great burning desire to be hated, no addictive urges to be loved, though they are both happening simultaneously. And life is about balance, so I give in thanks to the lovers and the haters. Matt, I thought about it because when I see Matt, do you know the Democrats and Republicans and all of that? Matt, you're an American. Can I say that, Matt?
No. I'm a Dominican.
Matt, you know, it have members of the Republicans that can go on the other side to vote for a bill which their party is opposing, Matt.
True. We've seen that happen, yes.
Many times, Matt, even if it's ABC and 1, 2, 3, I know, but I understand that clearly. They're a member of the Republican, but they can go and meet the Democrats to vote on a bill and then go back to the party. They never left, but they just do what they have to do. Simeon said it the other day, but I was always thinking about that. How can members of my party, and not that's my party, I'm using me as an example, Matt, want to think they can stir up dust, and I am the one to clean it and help them to stir up dust. No, Matt, I being diplomatic. I hold in a posture of control where I will pacify all you can't frustrate me. I do not know, I'm outside looking in, but I am thinking if I was inside what I would have done, and maybe I would be the worse than the present cleaner. Joseph Isaac, Simeon said it, Julius Timothy, Lauren Barnes. Matt, I come in and take my enemies politically and join my party for me to strengthen myself. Matt, why would somebody want to throw members of their party out to weaken their political structure or their building? To me, it makes no sense, Matt. Maybe other things saying how similar is the same where context is not considered and motive is not known. So maybe it's me that is a jack outside there looking in and think I can be smarter than people that work everywhere in the world, international people. But they say wisdom is found in the simplest of places. So maybe it's me that is the donkey and think I can end up in a horse race. I am just saying that what is happening in Dominica presently, it's a bit frightening, it's embarrassing, And if it has to do with money, treachery, or hatred, Matt, that would be the worst blow. And you said when Mr. Linton will be there, Matt, Wednesday?
Wednesday afternoon, 1 o'clock.
I would really like to hear what the brother has to say. Call and engage him. I hope he responds to my questions or me engaging him. But Matt, you said Dominica and Dominicans presently. I do not know if it is in a state of desperation. The noose, the economic noose is tightening and everybody shouting, cut it loose, cut it loose. Could it be at the expense of the country and a party and a people, Matt? Or you're selling out? Or you're betrayers? Could it be all of what you have the same master? Who are you working for to destroy UWP? Could it be that all you find, well, all you have given, all that all you could have given and take all what all you could have taken, and now is the time to join the criminals to put blows on innocent people who put their pennies and their time and they marching up and down. That is why I don't get that also on my foot. I did not know about diabetic shoes. It's after the fact I know about diabetic shoes. I put all kind of shoes, fighting, jumping, running, police, tear gas, all kind of things. Salisbury, Roseau, everywhere I dare. And now man telling me, you know something? The joke was on you all along. Ha, ha, ha. Thank you.
Thank you, Blessings. Thank you. Somebody else there from the Marigot constituency said, Matt, they secretly brought people in the meeting to vote and said it was a private meeting. The process was hijacked by secrecy. Why wasn't the process be transparent or why was the process not be transparent and fair? What is the reason Annie wasn't informed of that meeting to bring her people to? Joel is only the one creating problems in Marigot. Where is Delbert? The person asked, where is Delbert to speak on his own cognizance to dismiss what has been said before and make it clear that he has no issues with Fontaine, that he is willing to work with the leader and the surrogates are now Delbert's in. I want to repeat that word. We have heard absolutely nothing from Delbert. The UWP has always done the same thing and respect different results. Another Lauren Bannis will be in the making. History will repeat itself. That's just an opinion, huh? We can't, of course. Ask people to say what they don't want to say. It's just an opinion.
Domlike PRO, Ayola George with an update on today's outage. Domlike advises customers that electricity service has been restored to most areas across the island following the island-wide outage.
Thank you, Ayola.
Win an unforgettable experience during the FIFA World Cup games and win with Coca-Cola. Here's how you can enter. Uncap a 591 ml Coke Original Taste or Coke Zero Sugar with the football label. Find the unit code on the cap. Send that code via WhatsApp to 265-5792 or scan the QR code in stores. It's that easy. One entry can make you win one of 5 flat-screen smart TVs during the FIFA World Cup game or win FIFA merchandise instantly with over 1,500 prizes to be won. For more details, follow Josephine Gabriel Facebook page. Score with Coca-Cola and win.
Are you tired of having the same boring breakfast every morning? Well, Monflake Oats is the healthy and perfect solution just for you. Make your breakfast exciting by adding Monflakes to your pancakes, parfait, or even milkshake. Monflake can be found in different sizes and available in granola, such as Caribbean or Hawaiian. Stop worrying about what to prepare for your breakfast, dessert, snack, or even dinner. Monflake is the best addition to your meal. Grab yourself a bag today.
Locally distributed by Fine Foods Inc. and available island-wide. If you know quality, then you must know the manufacturers of Dominica's finest rums. Belfast Estate Limited, over 80 years leading the industry with exceptional standards and formidable customer service. We present the manufacturers of BB Rum, Soca Rum, Red Cap Rum, Cask Rum, and the signature Belfast Estate Rum Punch. With island-wide distribution daily, Belfast Estate Limited has cemented its mark as the distributor of choice for products like Eldorado range of rums and creams, Kubali Bear, Corona Bear, Guinness, Root Boy drink, and of course, Sunblast juices, Topper snacks, Vitamalt, and Pine Hill juices. Call the office at 440-7032 or visit the distribution outlet at Jimmy Dominica. Follow on Facebook or Instagram at Belfast Estate. Belfast Estate Limited, your leading manufacturer and distributor of rums in Dominica.
This Father's Day, celebrate Dad and Go. Sign up for postpaid and get 50% discount on selected handsets. Win $100 gas voucher for Dad. 2 lucky customers will drive away with 4 brand new tires. And 1 lucky customer will win a 43-inch TV. All you have to do is sign up for postpaid or switch to Digicel Home Internet. Yes, it's that simple to win. Visit your nearest Digicel store today and make this Father's Day one to remember. Digicel, the best network forward for Dad.
We're Dad. It's game on. And you may not be able to predict the scoreline or who will win each game. And you sure can't predict who will be the champion. But what is predictable is that Quartz has what you need to watch the games the way you want to every time. It's game on. Quartz, bringing value home.
Good evening. This is Domlike Piaro, Ayola George, with an update on today's outage. Domlike advises customers that electricity service has been restored to most areas across the island following the island-wide outage which occurred.
All right, Dominica, stick around. This is Q95. We have the electoral office presenting some numbers this morning. Right after, we'll meet with our friends there from the electoral office. We'll continue to take your phone calls.
Tune in every morning for The Hot Seat on Q95. The latest happening events, breaking stories, and behind-the-scenes in-depth investigative reports. Stay on for more fair and balanced talk on The Hot Seat on Q95, the big station.
All right, Dominica, we're here with Miss Prisca Julian, who's the communication officer with the, of course, the commission, electoral commission, and she's here to present just some numbers. So we won't be taking any phone calls, just some numbers, latest numbers, confirmation numbers. So let's say good morning to you at this time. Good morning to you, Miss Julian. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Matt. I'm well, and good morning, listeners.
All right, good morning. You have to present some important information, I'm sure.
Yes, the electoral office just wants to do some updates
Okay.
on the voter confirmation that is ongoing, and we're hoping to do, a few weekly updates going forward,
Okay.
just to ensure that the public is aware of what is going on, because this is a very important national initiative.
What's the latest updates that we have for today?
You're referring to the numbers?
Your numbers, yes.
Okay. The total number of applications, and we want people to remember these are applications, right? So when somebody comes in and they go through the process, you're not automatically confirmed. It has to be approved after going through the verification process and then approved. So the total number of applications is 17,835. 17,835. And then, like I said, it has to go through the process. And after it goes through the verification process, then you have the those that are approved. And right now we have 14,526 approved.
14,000, let's repeat again. 14,000.
14,526.
526. Okay, continue.
Right. And then, so that leaves us with just over 3,000 that are not yet approved. And remember, there's a verification process, and also there are those that are on hold. Because while going through the verification process, there are going to be some applications where we've had to call people maybe to take their photos, retake their photos, or give an updated ID.
Mhm.
Maybe somebody signed something, but it's not legible, and we want to make sure that the witness who signed is that person, or whoever applied signed properly. So any little things where we just want to ensure that the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, they're on hold until this can be rectified and then approved.
Okay.
Yeah. And we also want to keep the public updated on how they can get confirmed. Because even at this point, I mean, people know that they can go to the confirmation centers. Every constituency has a confirmation center. Some have multiple confirmation centers. And they're open Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., closed on Wednesdays, and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. What we've also begun doing is a centralized voter confirmation process, where persons who are finding it difficult to go back to where they're initially registered, like on the countryside, but they're now in the vicinity of Roseau, either for work or they're living there right now.
Mhm.
They can go to the Windsor Park Sports Stadium, and we have a centralized voter confirmation, and that's happening on Tuesdays.
And that's for every.
That's for everywhere, but every Tuesday we accommodate a different constituency. It would be very difficult to have every constituency come every Tuesday.
Okay.
So every Tuesday we have a different constituency and we announce it. So we do the radio announcements. It is online on the website, and then on our social media platforms, Instagram and Facebook, we post it every week. So you can know this coming week is your constituency. So tomorrow, the 9th, we're having Grand Bay and Lapley. We're doing two constituencies
On the
tomorrow.
9th, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow. So persons you work with, you need a witness from the same polling district. You need your valid government issued ID. If you do not have that, then you work with the birth certificate, the affidavit, your photo, passport sized photos. And like I said, the witness, so you can get confirmed. So we're doing Grand Bay and Lapling tomorrow at the Winter Park Sports Stadium. And then we've also begun a stationed confirmation on Sundays. A lot of people were saying that during the week is very difficult. They're working, some people work in the evenings. So we started accommodating persons on Sundays in different constituencies as well. So a different constituency, different Sundays. And it's actually working out well, so it was not just idle talk. A lot of people actually would prefer or do have the time on a Sunday. Most people are not working on Sundays to come to get confirmed. And last Sunday, we were in Stock Farm yesterday. This coming Sunday, we'll be doing in the Maho constituency in Campbell, at the Campbell Primary School. And that is between 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So persons can come in, work with their information, their witness, and get confirmed. And another thing that we're doing to accommodate persons is on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, we do the mobile visit. That is in an effort to ensure nobody's left behind, because we have persons who are shut in right now and they're not able to go out to get their confirmation done. So we have officers who on Wednesdays, because the centers are closed on Wednesdays, we have officers who are going to different constituencies and meeting those persons where they are to help them with their confirmation. And we're doing Roseau North this Wednesday. So if you know somebody or you yourself, you're shut in, you can call the electoral office and let us know that you want to be visited during the day that we're doing your constituency. But the full schedules for each of those initiatives, like the Tuesday, the Wednesday, and Sunday. So Sunday, different constituencies. Tuesdays at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium in Roseau, and on Wednesday, the mobile kits in different constituencies. The schedules for all of those, like a monthly schedule or even the week coming up, that can be found on the website. It can be found on our Facebook and Instagram as well. So if somebody wants to know when is their turn for their constituency, they can find that on there as well.
What about persons who are not technically savvy and don't follow Facebook and things like that? That's a difficulty.
Okay. Well, we're also making sure that it's on the radio stations as well. It's on the radio stations. We've every week so far, for the last few weekends, we've also been going around. So let's say we're going Sunday, we did Stock Farm. We went around the constituency, the PA system, to let people know that we will be in your area, to be prepared, have your IDs ready, your witness ready, to be camera ready when you come in. So people in the communities, they'll hear us when we're doing those announcements on the systems going around their constituencies. So we're trying all different avenues to reach people.
Now, the next question people are asking now, when will the IDs be available?
Okay. As far as the issue with the ID cards, that would be something either the chief or the chairman would have to respond. They would have to give that information, and we are planning to come back to give a proper update on that.
Because people are asking, I'm confirmed I haven't gotten my ID.
Right now, it's just to make sure that you're on the list, on the confirmation list, that you're approved. Which we, with a lot of speed, we're catching up, and we're almost there with the applications versus approved. And then as far as the ID card update, that is coming, but that's something that will be coming from the chairman and the chief registration and chief elections officer.
So that announcement will be made very soon.
That will be from them, yeah.
That's from them. Okay, thank you. There's some people that actually said that my name was something else on the first list, but now I have to bring in a little more information because that's not my name on my on my birth paper. That I'm present. There's a little confusion in terms of names.
And all of that is the purpose of the exercise.
Okay.
So if a long time ago, 30, 40 years ago, you were registered as Jane Dawn and it was supposed to be Jane Doe, and there was an error. When you come in now, what we're doing, and which is one of the reasons we've been trying to explain to people, because they're saying, well, this verification process might not be making too much sense. But that is the reason, because we want to go through everything with a fine-tooth comb. So you've applied now. When you come, if your name was something else, there was an error. When you come with a proper government-issued ID, it's going to show what is on your birth certificate. And anything else that is not on your birth certificate and that ID matching, then it has to be changed. It has to be corrected. And then during the process, we scan your IDs. So we match it against what's on the application and what's on the ID, just to ensure that when the process is done and the card printing is being done and the list is printed, your name and ID and everything matches and is correct.
What about the address of the website? Give that to us, please. Some people are still asking about the address of the website.
Okay. Let me because you can go in and type in the Electoral Office of Dominica, but it's electoraloffice.gov.dm.
Repeat again.
And then you can, so electoraloffice.gov.dm.
I have a receipt. Somebody said, I have a receipt saying I'm confirmed, but my name is not on the list. How is that possible?
So given the numbers that we just said, there's like 3,000 people who are not yet on the list from the 17,000, right? So either your name was just approved, so it does not yet show up on the list, or it's on hold. There was something that needed to be verified and checked.
So
it has to go through a first.
Okay, so the person has to come in and find out why your name is not on that list. If I came in to confirm, but my name is not on that list, how do I verify that information in terms of, do I go back to the electoral office? Do I go back to the confirmation center? How does it work?
If you're not seeing your name on the list, but you applied?
Since April.
Then a list is put out for the 15th of every month.
Okay.
For this process, the law says that we have to put out a list every month, periodically. So what we were doing is putting out the list of people for that period who were approved.
Okay.
Recently, as of last week, we put out a compiled list with everybody's name on there.
Okay.
If your name is not yet on there, it either means that it has not been approved, or if it was approved, it's just approved and not yet printed onto that list.
Okay.
And remember, it's a month time, so it could have been on the list but not yet printed in the last one that was done. Or if it's not yet reconciled, because like I said, in some cases we need to verify certain things to be sure before we go forward, then it may be on hold.
All right, so there's a different question here. Somebody's asking, what if somebody's deaf and they don't listen to radio? How do you get this person confirmed?
If the person is deaf but they don't listen to radio, as in they don't know about confirmation?
They don't know about the confirmation process. What would happen?
I think in the same way people usually know what is going on, even if they are not able to hear.
Okay.
They have family members around, they have neighbors around, they have people around who are letting them know what is going on. I mean, we're in the hurricane season. If there's a weather system, there are people who are going to check in on them to make sure, hey, this is what is going on, or if there's something happening in the community. So it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's the same thing as usual. Everybody always finds out what is happening. But we are taking initiatives for us to reach as many people as possible. And then if somebody has an inquiry, we do have the hotlines set up.
I get the hotline numbers again, please.
So we have the 617-9595.
Repeat.
617-9595 and 275-8164. So that's 275-8164. And then even on the issue, like you were asking earlier, if somebody does not see their name on the list, if you want to call in and find out, hey, am I approved yet, but it's just not yet printed, you can call in and find out, if they want to know the status. It's not information that we are keeping from the public, but they can call.
All right. Somebody says that they heard you say sometimes the person who signs for you have to sign again. That signature is done on the spot. Why isn't the correction done right away?
I think that would be the question in almost every other process. There's human error. And because there is human error is the reason that we took steps. That's why there's the first verification. That's why there's the second verification. That's why there's editor. And that's why at the end of it, it goes to the chief registering officer to approve. So
Mm-hmm.
there might be, we have to take in consideration, I mean, we don't expect people to be perfect. We expect them to do the due diligence and to do their job as proper,
Okay.
as well as they can do it. But if in some cases there is a slip, then that's why we have the process to take care of that.
Somebody's asking, where's the confirmation center in Roseau South?
In Roseau South, we have the Newtown Confirmation Center.
Mhm.
Right now, we just have some changes going on. So if you are from Roseau South constituency and you would have normally gone to the Newtown Confirmation Center, just for now, you can come to the electoral office. We
Okay.
are set up here until everything is rectified and we reopen at the Newtown Primary School.
What are the requirements for someone to be a witness?
They have to be from the same polling district. So
Some people find that difficult. I cannot really find somebody in my polling district to come with me.
but when we register though, this has always been a requirement.
Mhm.
When we register, we get somebody from the same polling district to witness for us. If you want to find out if someone you know is in the same polling district, because I understand in some cases, for example, Roseau Central is large, right? And there are different polling districts within that constituency. So you want to know if somebody that you do know is in that same polling
Okay.
district, you can call. We'll give you that information as well. We'll check for you. Some people have done that. Some people have actually come in to find out if this person can witness for me. My husband, we're from the same constituency, but we're not sure. Can he witness for me? And we'll check and we'll let you know because we
Okay.
want to facilitate it as much as possible.
Somebody's asking you to, of course, talk to your boss and ask her to post it on MO News or MO News platform. Why only radio? So this is an option there to post on MO News platform.
We do.
We do on MO
Yeah,
News?
every time we have an update, we send them to Dominican News Online, we send them to MO News. So there's a list that it automatically goes to, and we request that they post all the information. So every update, we send it to them and we request, and I see them myself because I'll go back to check.
Okay.
For example, the last time we gave numbers is on there. Even when we do promotional material, they post it for us as well.
Oh, those people on hold, how do they know they're on hold?
It's the same as knowing your status.
Okay.
So if your name is not on the list, you notice there's a compiled list, like I said earlier, right?
Mhm.
So if your name is not on the list of approved, it means that it's either approved but not yet printed, or it's in the process of verification, or it's on hold.
Okay.
But if you call the office, we can tell you the status.
All right.
And it may even help us because we have been reaching out to people. We've been calling people if they need to come to retake a photo, if they need to bring an ID so we can rescan. But if you call and your application is on hold, then we can let you know why it's on hold and what needs to be done to move it forward.
Do you have a list as to where the next confirmation process will be in the stadium? Somebody's asking for VCAS. Would you have that list already in terms of when
We
that's-
do. It is also posted on our
Mhm.
platforms.
Okay.
This week, though, we're facilitating Grand Bay and Lapling.
Mhm.
We put it out every week,
So it's not.
and we
it's
also
just-
have the month. Go
Okay.
ahead.
It's not every. You can't know from a
You can know. We do put out the month as well.
a month. I'll just ask a
Yeah,
question. Yeah.
we do put out the month as well. So I'm just trying to pull that up. And that's why we encourage people to follow our platforms.
Okay.
Because we put it on the radio, yeah, but the places where it lives, because if something is online, it lives there.
Mhm.
Then you can find it there. You can go back to our page and find it on there.
All right. Any other information that you want to share this time? I know you're not taking phone calls this morning. We'll leave it for the boss and the other boss, huh? That will come very soon to take over questions.
Yes, we just want to encourage people to take part in the confirmation process and remind people this is about your democratic right and ensuring that you are on the voters list and you're giving yourself the option to exercise that right. It is not about any one person. It is not about a party. It is not about any one government. It is just about, as a Dominican, taking part in what is yours.
I've heard the complaint just before you go. I've heard the complaint that some people, when they go to the confirmation centers, they don't like the people that they see there. So do they have a choice to go elsewhere and confirm?
No, you get confirmed in the in the confirmation center in your constituency. And I mean, I'm not gonna not go to Whitchurch because I don't like one cashier there, right? So maybe, and I really don't think that is an issue.
But don't
that is
don't like
widespread.
don't like because they think this person may have a political leaning and they don't feel satisfied, going
Okay.
through that process with
Okay.
that person. That's
There is, I want to reassure people that there is nothing that somebody, if you perceive that person is leaning to a particular political side,
right.
there is nothing that person can do to your application. You come in, you give your information, they put it in for you, they give you a receipt to say, at the end of it, you leave with a receipt that is stamped and signed saying that you came in to take part in confirmation. You applied for confirmation.
Okay.
So I would just want to reassure people, do not let what you perceive somebody's political leaning to be to stop you from exercising your democratic right. Because if we're honest, in a very political island, somebody is most likely going to lean somewhere, right? So don't let what you think take away your right
Your
from
perception,
you.
yes.
Don't let that perception take that away from you. You just go in and go through the process, and all our officers, the chief electoral officer has very often, she has meetings with them, just to remind them that we are serving the public, to be cordial and professional. So it's just go in, you go with your information, they'll assist you, forget about your personal perceptions of the person, and we're here to help you.
All right. Well, thank you. Any final comment before you go?
I just want to give the numbers again in
All
case
right,
anybody
sure.
wants to call the hotlines. They're
Yes, sure.
617-9595 and 275-8164. Your confirmation centers are in your constituency. However, we are facilitating on different days via mobile kit. So if somebody wants assistance, you have somebody who's shut in, they're not able to go to the center, you can give us a call. We'll let you know what day we're doing your constituency with the mobile kit, and that will come to you whenever we visit your constituency. As well as on Tuesdays, we're at the Winter Park Sports Stadium. We're facilitating a different constituency every Tuesday. The schedules are on our platforms as well as radio announcements. And on Sundays, we're doing station visits in the communities that are finding it a bit difficult, either to go to the centers, or people, have been saying that during the week is a bit difficult for them. So just look out for that information. They're all on our platforms. Every week, every other day, we post the information so you can find them there, and the schedules. You mentioned VECAS. We've already done VECAS at the Winter Park Sports Stadium. So as far as
VECAS not coming back.
As far as a repeat, I cannot say right now, but we did facilitate VECAS at the Winter Park Sports Stadium already. So we already have a schedule for this month, for different constituencies. That's also on there, but people can just keep up to date with our platforms. Just follow our platforms, and the information will be right there. And we'll be back, here, as well as the other radio stations during different days, giving information.
Well, thank you again, Ms. Priska Julian, right? That's it.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, though.
Thank you.
Communication officer with the electoral office, passing some information as it relates to the confirmation process. See you again sometime. I hope it's soon, huh?
Yes.
Please give more updates because people always want to get updates. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you very much. Bye bye now. Take care now. Bye bye. Dominic, I'll be back on your radio at the 1 o'clock hour. Stick around now.
Dominicans, we need our electoral reform. Tell him, but all the cabinet, money can just like that. Dominicans, spend your money. You should perform your duty.
How long before we get our reform? We have some election in the interest of one man, but like Egypt, the people needs freedom. If you cannot deliver, then give us back our dollars. Stay in your lane. You know our country loves to spend the money, sir. Stay in your lane. The people frustrated and tired. Dominicans have taken all they can take. Give us reform before the fall house break. We should know of who was brigade. Let 29 and blood that was shed. So if you don't deliver for what he said, guy fool was it. Dominican, Dominicans, we live to fight for what we believe. Enough talking, time for action.